Good morning. My name is Gianluca Giaccardi, and I'm the Chief Product Officer of Tesisquare. Today, I'm proud to be here with you, attending to this amazing event, and have the opportunity to present you a great story, telling how Tesisquare has helped Lavazza to build its digital supply chain ecosystem and maximize its performance across extended business network. So let me introduce my company, Tesisquare. So Tesisquare is the leading partner to build a digital supply chain ecosystem. Then after I will explain to you the meaning of the understanding of Tesisquare related to a digital supply chain ecosystem. Just to give you, I want to start giving you some figures related, information related to Tesisquare. We are a private company with 26 years of experience and a turnover of 36 million with 10 branches and long-term growth. And this constant growth of Tesisquare as a disruption in, let me say, in the last 5 years related to our international strategy and our international approach, because we decided to face the international market, and doing this, related to this, today the pace of the growth on the international market is 2 times than the domestic market, with more than 30 partners and 2,000 international clients, and more than 40 countries that are using our solution and our services. Our offering is focused on the supply chain, and we do that offering to the market our suite. We have a 6 suite with which we can cover all supply chain processes, and we also have a very huge network with more than 60,000 companies integrated with our solution, so in a digital supply chain network. And every year we manage 350 million transactions per year. The clients are in the center of the Tesisquare strategy. We are convinced that the long-term relation with the clients is the base to create value for our clients, and this is well described by these figures, with the 98.5% of client retention and 8.4 client satisfaction. Our clients are present in different sectors, from the luxury and fashion. We have a very huge coverage on the retail, in food and beverage, electronics, manufacturing, and chemical and pharma. So let me say we are present more or less in all sectors. What does Tesisquare do? As described before, we work on the digital supply chain, and we help our clients to build a supply chain ecosystem. In this slide, I would like to show you the understanding of Tesisquare related what is a supply chain ecosystem. In the middle of the picture, we can see our client. We define this client a digital supply chain company that for sure has already implemented an ERP. And with our processes, we can work to extend the ERP to arrive to connect and to include the different supply chain actors with the planning process, the collaboration process, and integration process. So with this process, we can arrive to connect the actor of the supply chain. from the supplier till arriving to the end consumer, passing through the production, the logistics service provider, the warehouse, the store. And using our apps, this actor, I like to define that they are some extended external user of the ERP of our digital supply chain company. Because using the Execute app, they can collaborate, they can share information with our client. And to conclude this speech, we also propose a monitor processing with our control tower. With the control tower, our clients can have a full visibility related to all processes managed in a digital way. And we can also increase augment the information and insights collected, integrating also external insights to extend the visibility and to augment information. So just to give you some example, we can integrate information related to risks of the country, from agency rating, financial information of company, or some economical trends to refine the forecasting. Okay, so Tesisquare cover this perimeter and define this perimeter supply chain ecosystem. We can cover this with our own solution. They are painted in dark blue, with integrated solution that are in turquoise, or with some other that we have strong capabilities integrating partners solution. This is how with the slide we represent our platform, our value proposition, where it's evident that how we can cover and can give a full solution to manage end-to-end from upstream to downstream the different supply chain processes. Starting with the duration with the supplier, with our SRM suite, and with the solution of sourcing, procurement, replenishment, and execution, we can govern the source to pay cycle. And we have also a suite to manage the production, with which we can manage the product traceability in order to maintain the fil rouge between the raw material following the different production processes and the logistic processes till arriving to give information to the final consumer. A very strong suite is our TMS, with which we can offer solution to plan the shipment, to create a collaboration with the carrier, to execute the shipment. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I was introducing Lavazza, who is for sure an Italian company focusing on the coffee market, and with a very strong presence on the international market. And the international approach is also confirmed by some important acquisition like Carnoir, Merid, Kicking Horse Coffee. Lavazza follow all phase of the supply chain, from the raw material till arriving to the consumer, to the customer, and I want to underline the effort that Lavazza continuously put in place related to sustainability. This is not just a slogan, but a real mindset for Lavazza to manage all process with attention to values, to environment, for green and ethics. they have a very important business with more than 140 countries where the Lavazza is present, and with an internal organization of more than 4,000 employees, a turnover of 2 billion euro, and the 60% of this turnover is generated outside of Italy. For 10 years now, Lavazza has been working with Tesisquare to digitalize the main business processes linked to the extended supply chain. So from the supplier to the customer. With continuously implementation of different modules of the Tesisquare platform, starting from the TMS, then with the managing the relation with the supplier, and the accounts payable cycle, followed by accounts receivable cycle with the sales order acquisition from different channels. They also started to implement in 2019 the control tower, and to have the full visibility of these processes in the different countries they have implemented, because they started from Italy, but as you can see, then they extended the implementation in USA, Denmark, UK, Germany, and so on. So the 8 main countries where Lavazza is working. So at the end, as we can see, Lavazza has implemented with the all modules painted in orange, and covering different processing from upstream to downstream. And with the main important processes and the full visibility granted by the control tower, and also with the integration with SAP. During this period, Lavazza gained different results because they achieved enhanced visibility, also implementing compliance module to be aligned with the regulation, and gaining an operational excellence end-to-end. They obtained the results related to the top line and revenues because they reduce time to market and increase business opportunity. And they work also on EBIT, and had results on EBIT through the increase of efficiency with the cost saving. And also introduced a new way to work inside the organization, working by exception. If we enter deeper in Lavazza use case, we can see that Lavazza implemented the different processes, and with this solution, they arrive to connect different supply chain actors. In the left side, we can see the internal supply chain partners, so the different role inside Lavazza organization involved in managing these processes, from the roles that they usually manage relation with supplier or with the logistic providers, with buyer, supply chain, and purchase offers, logistic office, till arriving to roles that they usually are work with the customer agents and distributors. And on the right side, we can see the different partners, external partners of the supply chain that are being integrated, starting from the supplier with the different tier 1 and tier 2, tier N, with the different logistic supplier, and the downstream partner like a distributor, agents, and retailers. The first suite implemented by Lavazza has been the supplier relationship and management. With this suite, they start to manage the relation with the supplier, with the tender qualification, the performance evaluation, the regulatory compliance, and the calculating of SLA, like on time and in full. They publish order to supplier and they manage the confirmation and the negotiation, and they manage the ASN generation and the quality management. All this is done for 150 supplier managing more or less 900 ASN. A very huge implementation has been done for the transportation with the TMS. We receive 127,000 IDOC each month to calculate and to create 3,000 transports per month. It means that we have an integration with the SAP, and we create a shipment engaging the carrier and asking them to confirm the trips and to give more information in order to measure the loading and unloading booking in the Lavazza warehouses. With the execute part, Lavazza can follow all the trips and have a full visibility of the trips and also manage reverse logistics. The last suite implemented has been the order management and so the sales part of our platform. This is a very important implementation because with this solution they can collect orders in many countries, the most important countries. They have more or less 2,000 user connected, and they collect more or less 20,000 orders per month. Also with the PayPal BrainT integration in order to manage also digital payment. With Lavazza, we implemented also other features near the supply chain. And I like to underline how Tesisquare helped Lavazza also for the SAP integration, because all information managed by our platform are linked to SAP. And this trust has continuous growth, and we obtained from Lavazza also to manage the application, the help desk and the assistance for the all SAP user in the world. In 2020, Lavazza and Tesisquare won the Logistic of the Year award in the category of Innovation in Technology and Logistics 4.0. This is a very important achievement that we celebrate. I want to conclude this speech by thanking Silvia Barbieri, who is the supply chain director at Lavazza. She supported us to build this success story, and I want to read with you her quote. "The progressive development of Tesisquare tool is progressively allowing us to have a better management of our relation with customer and supplier. It speeds up daily processes and make all information easily accessible to all users." I think that this sentence perfectly summarizes what we have done with and our journey with Lavazza. I hope that this story has inspired you, and my colleague Wouter is answering to the questions that are arriving on the chat. And for those who want to meet us, we are present at our virtual booth and or in the VIP lounge. Thank you again for your attention, and have a nice event. Bye-bye.